Good evening, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Caroline Norton. I directed this bad boy. And I would like to thank you all so much for being here and supporting these young people and this incredible work that they have done. If you are unfamiliar, this show is being done as part of Sharon Burke's independent study this year for their senior year. They are studying female mystics in the church, and so this is part of that program that they've created for themselves. So super exciting. Features a really great group of students from Marquette University's theater department, and they have all been working really hard to put this together, and I'm really glad that you are here so that they can share it with you tonight. Now is a great time for us to go ahead and take out those cell phones and make sure they are turned off. I'll do it with you, and it can be a group activity. Beautiful. While we all share that bonding moment, I'm going to let y'all know that the actors are going to be using this aisle frequently throughout the show, so please do keep those hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. This is also a gentle reminder that this is a very small room and little things make a lot of noise. So if you have any watches or anything else that might go beep during the show, please do take this time to also silence those. I hear people moving around the back in the warehouse, so I'm going to go holler at those people in just a moment to make sure that they are also being quiet for our show. I also want to let you all know that there will be a 15-minute intermission between scenes 5 and 6, at which time you are free to use the restrooms, which are available in the lobby. And as soon as I talk to these folks here, give me 1 second. Oh, good, they left. They were leaving. That's my favorite thing in the world. Great. One more very important piece of information for all of you is that one of our actors is ill, so our universal swing is on this evening. So, Fred Fitzsimmons is going to be on with his book in hand, and he is awesome, and you're going to love him. So let's make sure we get some good energy for him and the rest of this cast. And without any further ado, St. Jones.
No eggs. No eggs. 1,000 thunders, man! What do you mean by no eggs?
Sir, it is not my fault. It is an act of God.
Blasphemy! You tell me there are no eggs, and you blame your maker for it?
Sir, what can I do? I cannot lay eggs.
Ha! You jest.
No, sir, God knows. We all have to go without eggs, just as you have, sir. The hens will not lay.
Indeed. Now you listen to me.
Yes, sir.
What am
Who
I?
are you, sir?
Yes! Am I Robert, squire of Baudricourt, captain of this castle of Vaucouleurs? Or am I a cowboy?
Oh, sir, you know you are a greater man here than the king himself.
Precisely. And now, what are you?
Well, I am nobody, sir.
You have not only the honor of being my steward, but the privilege of being the most incompetent, jibber-jabbering fool of steward in all of France! I will give your neck a turn if when I ask you how many eggs there are, that you say that you cannot lay any!
Oh, sir, oh, sir!
No! Not oh sir, but no sir, no sir! The milk was short too yesterday. Do not forget about that.
I know, sir. I know only too well. There is no milk, there are no eggs. Tomorrow there will be nothing.
Nothing? You'll steal a lot of it, huh?
No, sir. Nobody will steal anything. But there is a spell on us. We are bewitched.
Oh, that's story is not good enough for me. Robert de Baudricourt hangs witches and burns thieves. Now, listen to me. I want 4 dozen eggs and 2 gallons of milk here in this room by noon, or heaven have mercy upon your bones. They'll teach you to make a fool of me.
Sir, I promise there will be none. Not if you were to kill me for it. As long as the maid is at the door.
The maid! What maid? What are you talking about, man?
The girl from Lorraine, sir, from Domremy.
30,000 thunders, man! You mean to tell me that that girl who had the impudence to ask to see me 2 days ago, and who I told you to send back to her father, is still here?
We have told her to go, sir. She won't.
I did not tell you to tell her to go. I told you to throw her out! You have 50 men at arms and a dozen servants to carry out my orders. Are you afraid of her?
She's so positive, sir.
Positive? Now see here, I'm going to throw you down the stairs.
Sir, you cannot get rid of her by throwing me out. We cannot make her go.
You parcel of curse. You are afraid of her.
No, sir. We are afraid of you. But she puts courage into us. She really doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Perhaps you could frighten her, sir.
Perhaps. Where is she now?
Down in the courtyard, talking to the soldiers as usual. She's always talking to the soldiers, except for when she is praying.
Praying? Ha! Hello! You! There!
Me, sir?
Yes, you!
Be you captain?
Yes! Damn your impudence! Come up here! Show her the way, you!
She wants to go and be a soldier herself. She wants you to give her armor, sir, and a sword.
Good morning. Captain, you are to give me a horse and armor and send me to the Dauphin. Those are your orders from my lord.
Orders from your lord? And who the devil might that be? Go back to him and tell him I take no orders except from the king.
My lord is the king of heaven.
Why the girl is mad?
Sir, do not anger her.
They all say I am mad until I speak to them. But you will see that it is the will of God that you are to do what he has put into my mind.
It is the will of God that I should send you back to your father with orders to lock you up and thrash the madness out of you. Now listen here. I am going to assert myself.
Please do. The horse will cost 16 francs, which is a good deal of money, but we can save it on the armor. I can borrow a soldier's armor. I shall not want many soldiers. The Dauphin will give me all I need to raise the siege at Orleans.
To raise the siege at Orleans?
Yes, that is what God is sending me to do. I believe that Polly and Jack
You impudent baggage! You dare call Squire Bertrand de Boulanger Polly to my face?
His friends call him so. I did not know he had any other name. Jack will...
And that is Monsieur Jean of Metz, I suppose.
Jack will come. He is a very kind gentleman. He gives me money to give to the poor. I believe John Godsave will also come, and so will Dick the Archer. You shall not trouble. I've arranged it all. You need only give the order.
Will I be damned?
No, sir. God is very merciful, and the blessed Saints Catherine and Margaret, who speak to me every day, will intercede for you, and you shall be remembered as my first ever helper.
Is what she says about Monsieur Boulanger true?
Yes, sir. And about Monsieur de Metz, too. They both want to go with her.
You, there! Send Monsieur Boulanger to me. Go wait out in the courtyard.
Right, Squire.
And you dithering imbecile. Stay within call. I will want her up here again.
Think of those hens.
Think of my boot and take your backside out of reach of it! service. Polly, a friendly chat. Sit down. It's about this girl you're interested in. I've talked to her. She's mad. No doubt you think it's a simple thing, humbugging her into the belief that you are taking her to the Dauphin. But if you get her into trouble, it may be no end of a mess for me. So, friends or not, Polly, hands off.
I should as soon think of the Blessed Virgin as of this way, as of this girl.
But she says that you and Jack and Dick have promised to go with her. You're not going to tell me you think her crazy notion of going to the Dauphin seriously, are you?
There is something about her. They're pretty foul-mouthed down there in the guard room, but in her presence they have stopped swearing. There is something. Something. It may be worth trying.
Come now, Polly. Common sense was never your strong point, but this is too much.
What is the good of common sense? If we had any common sense, we would join the Duke of Burgundy and the English king. They hold half the country. They hold Paris. The Dauphin is in Chinon like a rat in a corner, except that he won't fight. The Dauphin is down and out, and let's face it, his men are cowed and the English will take Orleans. The only thing that can save our side now is a miracle, and I'm telling you, he can't work miracles.
That's all well and good, Polly. The only trouble is that miracles don't happen nowadays.
I used to think so too. I'm not so sure now.
You're not going to tell me you think that that girl can work miracles, are you?
I think the girl herself is a bit of a miracle. Anyhow, she's the last card left in our hand. Better play her than throw up the whole game.
You're really willing to gamble it all on a forlorn hope?
It is not a gamble.
What else is it?
It is a certainty. Her words and her ardent faith in God have put a fire in me.
Then you are as mad as she is.
We want to be mad people these days. See what the same ones have landed us.
Then I shall play the common fool. Yet, if you think it may work,
Joan! Come up!
Jack will go halves for the horse!
Sit down, Joan.
what is your name?
I am Joan. The soldiers call me the maid.
What is your surname?
Surname? My father sometimes calls himself d'Arc, but I know nothing of it. You've met my father.
Yes! Yes! You're from Lorraine. Domremy, correct?
Yes, but what does it matter? We all speak French.
Don't ask questions, answer them. How old are you?
17, so they tell me. It might be 19, I don't remember.
You say that St. Catherine and St. Margaret speak to you every day?
They do.
What are they like?
I cannot tell you. They have not given me leave.
Do they speak to you just as I am speaking to you?
No, it is quite different. I cannot tell you. You must not talk to me about my voices.
Your voices?
Yes, voices that bring me messages from God.
They're messages from your imagination.
Of course. That is how all messages of God come to us.
And God says that you are to raise the siege of Orleans.
And crown the Dauphin in the Cathedral Ronde.
Crown the Dauphin?
And make the English leave France.
Anything else?
Not at the present, thank you.
And I suppose you think that chasing a cow of a meadow is like raising a siege.
I do not think it can be that hard if God is on your side and you are willing to put your life into his hands.
Have you ever seen an English soldier fighting?
God made them just as he made us. It is his will that they should stay in their own country and we should stay in ours. He gave us our languages and meant us to keep them that way. If it were not so, it would be murder to kill an Englishman in battle, and you, Squire, would be in great danger of hellfire.
We are not talking about God. We are talking about practical affairs. So I ask you again, girl, have you ever seen an English soldier fighting? Have you seen them burning, plundering, turning the countryside into a desert?
You must not be afraid, Robert.
Damn you, I'm not afraid! And who gave you leave to call me Robert?
You do not understand, Squire. Our soldiers are always beaten because they are fighting to save their own skins. And the quickest way to save your skin is to run away. Our knights are only thinking of the ransoms they will make. It is not kill or be killed with them, but pay or be paid. But I will teach them to fight, that the will of God may be done in France. And you and Polly will live to see the day where there is not one English soldier on this soil of France. And there is but one king. Not the feudal English king, but God's French one.
It may all be right, but the troops may swallow it. Hell, even the Dauphin might swallow it. And if she can put the fight into him, she can put the fight into anyone.
I can see no harm in trying. Can you?
Now listen to me, you, and don't cut in before I've had time to think. Your orders are, you shall go to Shannon under escort of this gentleman and 3 of his friends.
Oh, your head's all circled in light like a saint's.
How is she to get into the royal presence?
I don't know. How'd she get into my presence? If the Dauphin can keep her out, he's a better man than I give him credit for. She can say that I sent her, and then come what may, I can do no more.
And the dress. May I have a soldier's dress?
Have what you want. I wash my hands of it.
Tom Polly!
Goodbye, old man. I'm taking a big risk here. Even would have done it. But, like you said, there's something about her.
Yes, there is something about her. Goodbye.
Oh, what now?
The hens are laying like mad, sir. 5 dozen eggs.
Christ in heaven. She did come from God.
The devil does the Dauphin mean by keeping us waiting like this? I don't know how you have the patience to stand there like a stone idol.
I am an archbishop, and an archbishop is a sort of idol. At any rate, he must learn to keep still and suffer fools patiently. Besides, my dear Lord Chamberlain, it is the Dauphin's royal privilege to keep you waiting, is it not?
Dauphin be damned. Save it, your reverence. Do you know how much money he owes me?
Much more than he owes me, I have no doubt, because you are a much richer man. I take it he owes you all you can afford to lend him. That is what he owes me.
27,000. That was his last haul. A cool 27,000.
What becomes of it all? He never has a suit of clothes that I would throw to a curate.
He dines on a chicken or a scrap of mutton. He borrows my last penny, and there is nothing to show for it. At last.
Captain Larier's with me. Something has happened.
To lay you?
tutoring, who could beat him at swearing, was told by a soldier that he should use such language when he was at the point of death.
Nor at any other points, but was found out frank at the point of death?
Yes. He has fallen into a well and then drowned. Well, higher sprang off his wits.
It is worse than we thought. It is not a soldier, but an angel dressed as a soldier.
An angel?
Yes, an angel. She's come here all the way from Champagne through the thick of everything with half a dozen men, deserters, robbers, Lord knows what else. Depolge. He says she's an angel. If ever I utter an oath again, may my soul be blasted to eternal damnation.
His Majesty!
I am not interested in the newest toys.
It isn't a toy. However, I can't get on very well without your interest.
Your Highness is taking offense very unnecessarily.
Oh, you are always ready with a lecture, aren't you?
Enough grumbling. What have you got there?
What is that to you?
It is my business to know what is passing between you and the garrison of Vaucouleurs.
You all think you can treat me as you please because I owe you money, or because I'm no good at fighting. But I have the blood royal in my veins.
Even that has been questioned, Your Highness.
No, you can laugh, it's funny. The poor fool I am, bullied and insulted by all of you.
Control yourself, sir. These outbursts of petulance are not seemly.
Another lecture. What a pity it is. Though you are an archbishop, saints and angels don't come to see you.
Hold your tongue! Do you hear?
Oh, I hear. You needn't shout. The whole castle can hear. Why don't you go shout to the English and beat them for me?
You young!
Steady, Duke, steady.
Come, this will not do. My dear Lord Chamberlain, please, we must keep some sort of order. And you, sir, if you cannot rule your kingdom, at least try to rule yourself.
Another lecture.
Here, read the accursed thing. He sent the blood boiling to my head. I can't distinguish the letters.
I will read it for you if you like. I can read, you know.
Yes, reading is about all you are fit for. Can you make it out, Archbishop?
I should have expected more common sense from de Baudricourt. He is sending some crack country lass.
No. He's sending a saint. An angel. And she's coming to me the king, and not to you, Archbishop, holy as you are. She knows the blood royal, if you don't.
You cannot be allowed to see this wench.
But I am the king, and I will.
Then she cannot be allowed to see you.
I tell you I will. I'm going to put my foot down. My father. His father had a saint who would come to him and tell him everything he wanted to know. My poor father had 2 saints. It is in our family, and I don't care what you say. I will have my saint too.
This creature is not a saint. She is not even a respectable woman. She does not wear women's clothes. She dresses like a soldier and rides around the country with soldiers. Do you suppose that such a creature could be admitted to your highness's court?
Did you say a woman in armor? Like a soldier.
So they Baudricourt describes her.
Oh, but by all the devils in hell. Oh, what am I saying? By Our Lady and all the saints, this must be the angel that killed foul-mouthed Frank!
You see? A miracle.
She may strike the lawn of his dead if we are to cross her.
Rubbish. Nobody has been struck dead. A drunken guard who has been rebuked 100 times for swearing has fallen into a well and been drowned. A mere coincidence.
I do not know what a coincidence is. I do know that the man is dead and she said he was going to die.
We are all going to die.
I hope not.
Easily determine whether she is an angel or not. Let us arrange that when she comes, I shall be the Dauphin and see whether she will find me out.
Yes, I agree to that. If she cannot find the blood royal, I will have nothing to do with her.
I say the girl will not be admitted.
But Archbishop,
I speak in the church's name. Do you dare say she shall?
Well, if you make it an excommunication matter, I will have nothing more to say, of course. But you have not read the end of the letter. Did Baudricourt says she will raise the siege of Orleans and beat the English for us?
Rot!
Well, will you save Orleans for us with all of your shouting?
Do not throw that in my face, do you hear? I have done more fighting in my life than you ever have or ever will. Besides, I cannot be everywhere.
Well, that's something.
And you have Jack Dunois at the head of your forces in Orleans. The brave Dunois, the handsome Dunois, the wonderful, invincible Dunois, the beautiful bastard. Do you really think this country lass can do what he cannot do?
Why doesn't he raise the siege then?
ah, the wind's against him.
How can the wind hurt him?
The English hold the bridgehead. If he wants to take them, he has to send his men across the river and upstream. Well, he cannot because there is a devil of a wind in the way. What he needs is a miracle. You tell me what that girl did to foul-mouthed Frank was no miracle. It finished Frank. If she could change the wind for Dunois, it could finish the English. What harm is there in trying?
De Baudricourt does seem extraordinarily impressed.
De Baudricourt is a blazing ass, but he's a soldier. And if he thinks she can beat the English, the rest of the army will follow.
Let her attend the court.
I will go find her.
Oh, come, let us arrange so that she will not know who I am. You.
I wonder, will she pick me out?
Of course she will.
Why? How's she to know?
She will know what everyone in Shannon knows, that the Dauphin is the meanest looking and worst dressed figure in all the court.
But that it would be no miracle at all.
A miracle, my friend, is an event which creates faith. I do not say that miracles, my friends, are an event which create faith. Even such, they may seem very wonderful to those who witness them, and very simple to those who perform them. That does not matter. If it confirms or creates faith, then they are true miracles.
Even when they are frauds, do you mean?
Frauds deceive. An event which creates faith does not deceive. I do not say miracles are frauds because they are often, I do not say always, even such simple and innocent contrivances by which the priest fortifies the faith of his flock. When this girl fits out the Dauphin, it will not be a miracle to me because I will have known how it has been done and my faith won't be increased. But for those unfamiliar with the supernatural, it will be a miracle and a blessed one.
Well, I wish I was clever enough to know how much of you is God's Archbishop and how much the most artful fox in Touraine. But come, I wish to see it, miracle or no miracle. How do you say this?
She's coming!
Presenting Joan the maid to His Majesty.
Let her approach the throne.
Where be Dauphin?
You are in the presence of the Dauphin.
The Thou canst not fool me. Where be Dauphin? Gentle little Dauphin, I come to thee to raise the siege at Orleans and make the English leave France, and to crown thee in the cathedral Reims, where all true kings of France are crowned.
You see, all of you, she knew the blood royal. Would I say now that I am not my father's son?
But if you want me to be crowned at Reims, you must talk to the Archbishop, not to me. There he is.
Oh, my lord, I am but a poor farm girl, and you are filled with the blessedness and holiness of God himself. You will put your hand on me and fill me with some of your blessedness, will you not?
Child, you are in love with religion.
I am? Is there any harm in it?
There is no harm in it, but there is danger.
There is danger everywhere except for heaven.
My lord.
May you please tell these folks to leave so that I may speak to the Dauphin alone?
Come, gentlemen, the maid comes with God's blessing and must be obeyed.
Who be old Gruff and Grum?
He is the Duke de la Trémouillon.
What be his job?
He pretends to command the army.
Why dost let him?
How can I prevent him? He bullies me. They all bully me.
Art afraid?
Yes! I am afraid! It is all very well for these big men with their swords that I can hardly lift, and their armor that is too heavy for me, and their temper, and their muscles, and their shouting. They like fighting. But I am quiet and sensible, and I don't want to kill people. I simply want to be left alone to enjoy myself in my own way.
I shall put courage into thee.
But I don't want courage put into me. I want to sleep in a comfortable bed and not live in continual terror of being murdered or wounded. Put courage into others, let them have their belly full of fighting. Let me alone.
It is no use, Charlie. Thou must do what God has put unto thee. If thou failst to make thyself king, thou wilt be a beggar. Come, let me see thee sitting on the throne. I have looked forward to that.
What's the good of sitting on the throne when the other men give all the orders? However, here is the king for you. Look, you feel like poor devil.
Thou art not king yet, lad. Thou art but Dauphin. There is good in thee, but not yet a king's good.
We shall see. I'm not such a fool as I look. If we can only have a treaty, the English are sure to have the worst of it because they are better at fighting than at thinking.
But if the English win, it is they who will make the treaty, and then God help poor France. Thou must fight, Charlie. We must put our courage into both our hands and pray for it with both our hands, too.
Do stop talking about God and praying. I cannot stand people who are always praying.
Thou poor child. No one has ever taught thee to pray. I shall teach thee from the beginning.
I am not a child. I am a grown man. And a father. And I will not be taught anymore.
Thou hast a little son. He will be Louis XI when you die. Will thou not fight for him?
No, horrid boy, he hates me. Well, he hates everyone, selfish little beast. Why can't you let me mind my business and mind yours?
It is God's business we are here to mind. I come to thee with a message from God, and thou must listen to it.
I do not want a message. But can you tell me any secrets? Can you do any cures? Can you turn lead into gold or anything of that sort?
I can turn thee into a king, and that will be a miracle that will take some doing, it seems.
If we go to Ross to have a coronation, and we'll want new dresses, and we can't afford them.
Thou art not lawful owner of thy land until thou is consecrated.
I shall not be lawful owner of my land anyhow. Will the consecration pay off my mortgages?
Charlie, I come from the land and have gotten my strength working on the land. And I come to tell thee that the land is thine to rule righteously and keep God's peace in. I come from God to tell thee to kneel in the cathedral and solemnly give thy kingdom to him forever and become the greatest king in the world. The very clay of France will become holy. Her soldiers will be soldiers of God. The English will fall on their knees and beg thee let them return to their lawful homes in peace.
Oh, if I only dare!
I shall dare, and dare again, in God's name. Art for or against me?
I shall risk it. You'll see. Hello! Come back, everyone! Mind you, stand by and don't let me be bullied. I have given the command of the army to the maid. The maid is to do as she likes with it.
What is this? I command the army!
That answered old Gruff and Grum. Who is for God and his maid?
To Orleans!
To Orleans!
West wind, west wind! West wind? Strumpet. Steadfast where you should be wanton, wanton where you should be steadfast. Change, curse you, change! English, harlot of the wind! Wanton wind, willful wind, womanish wind from across the river, may you never blow again.
There she goes.
What, is it the maid?
No, the kingfisher, like blue lightning. She went to that bush.
Is that all? You infernal young idiot. I have a mind to pitch you in the river.
You blew me up because you were not in time to see yesterday.
You knew I was expecting the maid when you set up your yelping. I'll give you something to yelp for next time.
Aren't they lovely?
Bluebird, bluebird, since I am friend to thee, change thou the wind for me? No. He who has sinned for thee? It's better. No sense in it, though. You abominable boy!
Halt! Who goes there?
The maid!
Let her pass. Hither, maid, to me! Are you Joan the maid?
Sure.
Where are your troops?
Miles behind. They have cheated me. They have brought me to the wrong side of the river.
I told them to.
Why did you? The English are on the other side.
The English are on both sides.
Orleans is on the other side. We must fight them there. How can we cross the river?
There's a bridge.
Then in God's name, let us take the bridge.
It cannot be done.
Who says so?
I say so, and older and wiser heads than mine are of the same opinion.
Well, your older and wiser heads are fatheads. They've made a fool out of you. Made a fool out of me too, bringing me to the wrong side of the river. Do you not know that I bring you better help or council that has ever come to any general or town?
Your own?
No. The help and counsel of the King of Heaven. Which way to the bridge?
You are impatient, maid.
Now a time for patience. The English are at our gates, and we stand here doing nothing. Why are you not fighting?
Do you see those 2 forts across the bridge? The big ones?
Yes, so they
Be
are.
quiet. The English have more than 10 times 10 in those forts to hold against us.
They cannot hold them against God. I will take those forts.
Not a man will follow you.
I will not look back to see if anyone is following me.
You have the makings of a soldier in you. You are in love with war.
The Archbishop said I was in love with religion.
I, God forgive me, am a little in love with war myself. The ugly devil. I'm like a man with 2 wives. Do you want to be like a woman with 2 husbands?
I will never take a husband. I am a soldier. I do not want to be thought of as a woman. I will not dress as a woman, and I do not care for things women care for. I dream of leading the charge and placing the big guns. You soldiers think you can win all your fighting with a great noise and smoke, but you cannot climb stone walls with horses. You must have guns.
Aye, lass, but a good heart and a stout ladder will get over the stoniest wall.
I will be the first up the ladder when we reach the fort. I dare you to follow me.
You must not dare, Staff Officer Joan. Only company officers are allowed to indulge in displays of personal courage. But you must know I welcome you as a saint, not as a soldier. And daredevils enough at my call if they could help me.
I am not a daredevil. I am a servant of God. My sword is sacred and my heart is full of courage, not anger. I will lead. Your men will follow. You shall not stop me.
All in good time. The forts cannot be taken by a sally across the bridge. We must come from the water and take them in the rear from this side.
Then make rafts.
The rafts are ready and the men are embarked, but we must wait for God.
Why? God is waiting for them.
Let him send us a wind then. My boats are downstream. We cannot go up against both wind and current. We must wait for God to change the wind. Come, let me take you to the church.
No. I love the church, but the English will not yield to prayers. I will not go to church until they are beaten.
You must. I have business for you there.
What business?
To pray for a west wind. I have prayed, but my prayers are not answered. Yours may be. You are young and innocent.
I will pray. I will tell St. Catherine, and she will make God give me a west wind. Quick.
Wait, senor, time is out.
What? Is it the kingfisher?
Ooh, a kingfisher where?
No, the wind.
The wind has changed. God has spoken. You command the king's army. I am your soldier.
The boats are ripping upstream like anything.
Now for the force. You dare me to follow, dare you to lead.
The maid, God, the maid, pray!
Now this is what I call workmanship. There is nothing more exquisite than our bonny book, with well-placed columns of beautiful black writing, and illuminated pictures cunningly inset. But nowadays, instead of looking at books, people read them. Why, a book might as well be one of those orders for bacon or Brownish or scribbling.
You're taking on the situation very coolly, my lord. very cruelly indeed.
What is the matter?
The matter, my lord, is that we English have been defeated.
That happens, you know. It is only in history books and ballads that the enemy is always defeated.
But we are being defeated over and over again. First at Orleans.
Oh, Orleans.
I know what you're going to say, my lord. That this is a very clear case of witchcraft and sorcery. By God, I feel this very deeply. Very deeply indeed. If this goes on any longer, I will take arms myself and strangle the accursed witch with my own hands.
You know, I should not care much for witchcraft. You see, I have made my pilgrimage to the Holy Land, and the heavenly powers, for their own credit, could hardly allow me to be worsted by a village sorceress. The bastard of Orleans is a tough nut to crack.
That I should stand idly by and see an Englishman defeated by a French bastard and a witch.
Easy, man, easy. We shall beat the bastard and burn the witch all in good time.
You have first to catch her, my lord.
Or buy her.
Right Reverend the Bishop of Beauvais, Monsieur Koshin.
My Lord Bishop, how good of you to come. Allow me to introduce myself. Richard de Beauchamp, Earl of Wolby, at your service.
Your lordship's fame is well known to me.
And this, Reverend Cleric, is Master Joan de Mayor.
At your service, my lord.
Do me the honor to be seated. Well, my Lord Bishop, you seem to have caught us at one of our rather unlucky moments. Charles is to be crowned at Rouen, practically by the young women from the Rhone, and I cannot deceive you. We can't prevent this. I suppose it will ultimately make a great difference to Charles's position.
Undoubtedly, it is a masterstroke of the maids.
We were not fairly beaten, my lord. We English are never fairly beaten.
Our friend here takes the stance that the young woman is a sorceress. It would, I presume, be your duty to denounce her to the Inquisition and have her burnt for the offense.
If you capture my heresy, yes.
Just so. Now, I suppose there can be no reasonable doubt that she is a sorceress.
Nonetheless, an errant witch.
We are asking for the bishop's opinion, my lord.
We shall have to consider not merely our own opinions here, but the opinions, the prejudices, if you like, of a French court.
A Catholic court, my lord.
Catholic courts are composed of moral men, like other courts, however sacred their function and inspiration may be. And if the men are Frenchmen, I am afraid the bare fact that an English army has been defeated by a French one will not convince them that there is any sorcery in the matter. Sir John Talbot, we all know, was a fierce and formidable soldier. And though you say that he has been defeated by this girl, some of us may be disposed to give the credit to Dunois.
The bastard of Orleans.
Signor Dunois is a very able commander.
My lord, at Orleans, this woman had her throat pierced by an English arrow. It was a death wound, yet she fought on all day, and when we had repulsed her attacks, she walked alone to the walls of our fort and stood there with a white banner in her hand. Our men were paralyzed while the French fell on them and drove them to the bridge, which immediately burst into flame, casting them down into the river, where they drowned in heaps. Was that no bastard's generalship? Or were those the flames of hell, conjured up by witchcraft?
I do not say that there were no supernatural powers on her side, but the names on that white banner were not the names of Satan and Beelzebub, but the blessed names of our Lord and His Holy Mother.
But what are we to infer from all this, my lord? Has the maid converted you?
She is inspired, but diabolically inspired.
I told you she was a witch.
She's not a witch, she's a heretic.
What difference does that make?
You, a priest, ask me that? All these things she called witchcraft are capable of a natural explanation. A woman's miracles would not impose on a rabbit. She does not claim them as miracles herself. What do her victories prove but that the courage of faith, even though it be a false faith, will always outstay the courage of wrath?
My lord, I like the slave as far as witchcraft goes. Nonetheless, we must burn the woman.
I cannot burn her. The church cannot take life, and my first duty is to seek this girl's salvation.
No doubt. But you do burn people occasionally.
No. When the church cuts off an obstinate heretic as a dead branch from the tree of life, the heretic is handed over to the secular arm. The church has no part in what the secular arm may see fit to do.
Precisely. And I shall be the secular arm in this case. Well, my lord, hand over your dead branch, and I shall see that the fire is ready for it.
No, my lord. The soul of this village girl is of equal value with yours or your king's before the throne of God, and my first duty is to save it. I am no mere political bishop. My faith is to me what your honor is to you. And if there be a loophole through which this baptized child of God can creep to her salvation, I shall guide her to it.
You are a traitor.
If you dare do what this woman has done, set your country above the Holy Catholic Church, you shall go to the fire with her.
My lord, I spoke too hastily. I speak under correction. The maid is full of deceit. She pretends to be devout. Her prayers and confessions are endless. She neglects no observance of a faithful daughter of the church.
A faithful daughter of the church? She acts as if she herself were the church. She brings the message of God to Charles, and the church must stand aside. She will crown him in the Cathedral of Bronze. She, not the church. She sends letters to the King of England, giving him God's command through her, which she will execute. Has she ever, in all her utterances, said one word of the church? Never. It's always God and herself. She has her voices from St. Catherine and St. Margaret. It is not the mother of God, now to whom we must look for intercession, but to Joan the maid. Let all this woman's sins be forgiven her, except only this. For it is sin against the Holy Ghost, and if she does not recant and submit herself to her church, to the fire she shall go.
My lord, this is enough for me. She sins against nature by wearing men's clothes. She sins against the Pope by usurping the holy authority of Rome. She sins against God by her evil spirits against our army. Let her burn. Let her perish. Let her not infect the whole flock.
My lord, we seem to be in agreement.
I will not imperil my soul. I will uphold the justice of the church. I will strive the utmost for this woman's salvation.
I would burn her with my own hands.
I am such a coward. I am frightened beyond words before battle, but it is so dull afterwards when there is no fighting. Oh, so dull, dull, dull.
You must learn to be abstemious in war just as you are in your food and drink, my little saint.
Dear Jack. I think you like me as a soldier likes his comrade.
You need it. You haven't many friends at court.
Why do all these courtiers and knights and churchmen hate me? What have I done to them? Why do they not love me?
Do you expect stupid people to love you for showing them up? Why, I should be jealous of you myself if I were ambitious enough.
You are the pick of the basket, Jack. The only friend I have among these nobles. The world is too wicked for me. If the Goddams and the Burgundians do not make an end of me, the French will. Only for my voices I should lose all heart.
You make me uneasy when you talk about your voices, Joan. I should think you were a bit cracked. If I hadn't noticed, you give me some very sensible reasons for what you do.
Well, I have to find reasons for you because you do not believe in them.
Are you angry, Joan?
Yes! No, not with you.
Well, your majesty is an anointed king at last. How does it feel?
Oh, I would not go through it again to be emperor of the sun and moon. Right of those robes.
Your majesty should wear armor oftener. That would better accustom you to heavier dressing.
Yes, the old jibe. Well, I'm not going to start wearing armor. Fighting is not my job. Where's the maid?
Sire, I have made you king. My work is done. I am going back to my father's farm.
Oh! Well, that would be very nice. A healthy life, you know?
I know now that none of you will be sorry to see me go.
Well, I shall be able to swear whenever I want to, though I suppose I shall miss you at times.
Liar. In spite of all your sins and swears, we shall meet again in heaven. You will kill the English till they leave France, will you not?
You and I together? Yes.
No. I will only make it easy from the beginning.
What?
What?
I know it somehow. Jack, you will drive the English out of France, will you not?
Yes, I will drive them out. I have beaten them before, and I shall beat them again.
Jack, before I go home, let us take Paris.
No. Oh, no, please don't let us have any more fighting. Oh, Archbishop, the maid wants to start fighting again.
Have we ceased fighting then?
No, I suppose not. But let us be content with what we have done. Let us make a treaty. Our luck is too good to last, and now is the chance to stop before it turns.
Look, God has fought for us, and you call it luck. And you would stop fighting while there are still English soldiers on this holy soil of dear France?
Maid, the king addressed himself to me, not to you. You forget yourself. You very often forget yourself.
I never speak unless I know I am right.
How do you know you are right?
I always know. My voice
Oh, your voices. Why don't the voices come to me? I am the king, not you.
They do come to you, but you do not listen to them. If you pray
Oh, I pray.
from the heart and listened to the thrilling of the bells in the air after they have stopped ringing, then you would hear them as well as I do. But what voices do you need to tell you what the blacksmith can tell you? That you must strike while the iron is hot. Paris will open its gates. If not, we will break them open. What good is your crown without your capital?
That is what I say too. What do you say, bastard?
We never know when we are beaten. That is our great fault.
You never know when you are victorious. That is a worse fault.
I know what you think of us, General Joan.
Never mind that, Jack. Tell them what you think of me.
I think that God was on your side, for I have not forgotten how the wind changed and how our hearts changed when you arrived. And by my faith, I shall never deny that it was in your sign we conquered. But if we leave to God to do the things we should do ourselves, we will be defeated and serve us right.
But
I have not finished. Do not think, any of you, that these victories of ours were won without generalship. I know how much God did for us through the Maid, and how much he left me to do by my own wits. And I say to you that your little hour of miracles is over, and from this point on, he who plays the war game best will win, if the luck is on his side.
ah! If ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers. I tell you, your art of war is no use, because your soldiers are no good at real fighting. War is just a game to them. Do you think soldiers who are fighting for God and for France stop to bargain for ransoms as half your knights live by doing? No. They will fight to win. They will take their lives out of their own hands and put them into the hands of God before battle, as I do. Common folk understand this. They cannot afford armor, they cannot pay ransoms, but they will follow me, half naked, through the moat, up the ladder, and over the wall. You may shake your head at me, Jack, but remember, when your knights and generals refused to follow me at Orleans, you locked the gates to keep me out. And it was the townsfolk and the common people who helped me push open the gate and showed you the way to fight in earnest.
Not content with being Pope, Joan, you must be Caesar and Alexander as well. Pride will have a fall, Joan.
Never mind whether it's pride. Is it true? Is it common sense?
It is true. Half of us are afraid of having our handsome noses broken, and the other half are out paying off their mortgages. Let her have her way, Dunois. She may not know everything, but she does have a hold of the right end of the stock. Fighting is not what it was, and often those who know the least of it make the best job at it.
I know all that. I do not fight in the old way. I know how many lives any move of mine will cost, and if the cost is worth it, I make the move and pay the cost. But Joan never counts the cost. She goes ahead and trusts to God, and up till now the numbers have been on her side. But I know Joan, and I know that someday she will take 10 men to do the work of 100, and she will find that God is on the side of the big battalions. She will be caught, and the lucky man who makes the capture will receive 16,000 pounds from the Earl.
16,000 pounds. I let it, have they offered that much for me? There is not so much money in the world.
There is, in England. Now I ask all of you, which of you will lift a finger to save Joan when she has been caught? I speak first for the army. As soon as the enemy finds out that she is just as vulnerable as I am, and not a bit more invincible, she will not be worth the life of a single soldier, and I will not risk that life, much as I cherish her as a companion in arms.
I do not blame you, Jack. You are right. I am not worth the life of one soldier if God lets me be beaten. But France may think me worth my
I tell you, I have no money.
I put my trust in the church. The church is richer than you. I put my trust in the church.
Woman, they will drag you through the streets and burn you as a witch.
My lord, no, that is impossible. I ain't a witch.
Peter Shannon knows his business. The University of Paris has burnt a woman for saying that what you have done was well done and according to God.
But that cannot be so. What I have done is according to God. They cannot burn a woman for telling the truth.
They did. You will not let me be burned. I have no blessings for you while you are proud and disobedient.
Oh, why do you go on saying things like that? I am not proud and disobedient. How can I be proud? I am a poor farm girl who is so ignorant that she does not know A from B. How can I be proud? And how can I be disobedient when I always listen to my voices? Because they come from God.
The voice of God on earth is the voice of the church militant, and all those voices that come to you are echoes of your own willfulness.
That is not true.
You tell the archbishop in his cathedral that he lied.
I never said you lied. It was you who as good as said as my voices lied. When have they lied? Even if you do not believe in them, even if they are just echoes of my own common sense, are they not always true? And are your earthly counsels not always wrong?
It is a waste of time admonishing you.
It always comes back to the same thing. She is right and everyone else is wrong.
Take this as your last warning. If you perish through setting your own private judgments above the instructions of your spiritual directors, the church disowns you and leaves you to whatever fate your presumptions may bring upon you. The army will disown you, and His Majesty the King has told you the throne is not the means of ransoming you.
Not a penny.
You stand alone, absolutely alone, trusting in your own conceit, your own ignorance, your own headstrong presumptions, your own impiety, and hiding all these sins under a cloak of a trust in God. When you go out there into the sunlight, the crowd will cheer you. They will bring you their little children and their influence to heal. They will kiss your hands and feet and do what they can to madden you with a self-confidence. But you will be nonetheless alone. They cannot save you. We, and we only, can stand between you and the stake at which our enemies have burnt that wretched woman in Paris.
I have better friends and better counsel than yours.
I see that I am speaking in vain to a hardened heart. You refuse our protection and are determined to turn us all against you. In future, then, fend for yourself. And if you fail, God have mercy on your soul.
That is the truth, Joan. Heed it.
Where would you all be now if I had heeded that sort of truth? There is no help, no counsel in any of you. Yes, I am alone. I have always been alone. I thought France would have friends at the court of the king, but all I find are wolves fighting over pieces of her poor, torn body. I thought God would have friends everywhere because He's a friend to everyone. And in my innocence, I believed you who now cast me out would have stayed strong like towers to protect me from harm. But I am wiser now. Do not think you can frighten me by telling me I am alone. France is alone. God is alone. And what is my loneliness compared to the loneliness of my country and my God? I see now that the loneliness of God is His strength. Well, it will be my strength too. It is better to be alone in God. His friendship will not fail me, nor His counsel, nor His love, and in His strength I will dare and dare and dare again until I die. I will go now, out to the common people, and I will let the love in their eyes comfort me for the hate in yours. You all will be glad to see me burnt. But if I go through the fire, I will go through it to their hearts forever and ever, and so God be with me!
You know, the woman is
like her really, but what are you gonna do with such a character?
As God is my judge. If she fell into the Loire, I would jump in full armor to fish her out. But if she plays the fool and gets caught, I must leave her to her doom.
You had better chain me up, because I could follow her into hell when the spirit rises in her like that.
There is a dangerous power in her outbursts, but the pit is open at her feet, and good or evil, we cannot turn her from it.
I suppose your lordship is whoever. We've no business here. This is an ecclesiastical court, and we're only the secular arm.
I'm aware of that fact. Will it please your impudence to find the Bishop of Beauvais and give him a hint he may have a word with me here before the trial begins, if he likes?
Yes, my lord.
And mind you, behave yourself.
I shall be kind to him. The Right Reverend the Bishop of Beauvais.
Get out so that we are not interrupted.
Right, my lord.
I wish your lordship good morrow.
Good morrow to your lordship. Have I had the pleasure of meeting your friends? I think not.
This, my lord, is Brother John Lemaitre. He's acting as deputy for the chief inquisitor into the evil of heresy in France.
Your reverence is most welcome.
This gentleman is Canon John d'Estevez. He is acting as promoter,
Promoter.
prosecutor, you would call him syllables.
Ah, quite. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Canon d'Estevez.
May I ask what stage the proceedings have reached?
It has now been more than 9 months since the maid was captured at Compiègne. I delivered her to you, my lord bishop, as a person suspected of heresy. Might I suggest that you are taking an incomprehensible amount of time to make up your mind about a very plain case? Is this trial never going to end?
It has not yet begun, my lord.
Not yet begun?
We've not been idle, my lord. We have held 15 examinations of the maid, 6 public and 9 private.
You see, my lord, when all this began, I did not view it as a case of heresy at all. I viewed it as a political case and the maid as a prisoner of war. However, now after having been to 2 of the examinations myself, I see that this is one of the gravest cases of heresy within my experience. Therefore, everything is set for the trial to begin this morning.
I am determined that the woman shall have a fair hearing. The justice of the church is not mockery, my lord.
Never has there been a fairer examination within my experience, my lord.
I tell you now plainly that her death is a political necessity which I regret but cannot help. If the church lets her go,
The church is not subject to political necessity, my lord.
You needn't have any anxiety on the issue, my lord, for you have an invincible ally with you, one who seems just as determined as you are to see that she should burn.
oh, and who is this very convenient parson, may I ask?
Why, the maid herself. Unless you put a gag in her mouth, you cannot prevent her from convicting herself 10 times over every time she opens it.
Well, by all means, do your best for her if you are quite sure it will be of no avail. I would hate to have to act without the blessing of the church.
What scoundrels these English nobles are.
All secular power makes men scoundrels. I submit to you, with great respect, that if we persist in trying the maid on trumpery issues, of which we may have to declare her innocent, then we may miss her on the great main issue of heresy, of which she seems determined to prove her own guilt. Heresy, gentlemen, heresy is the charge we must try.
We have sent to the girl's village to make inquiries about her, and there's practically nothing serious against her. Is there any great harm in the girl's heresy? I mean, is it not merely her simplicity? Many saints have said as much as Joan.
If you had seen what I have seen of heresy, you would not think it a light thing, even in its most innocent and even pious origins. Heresy begins with people who are to all appearances better than their neighbors. A young and gentle girl, or a young man who has followed every command of our Lord and given all of his wealth away to the poor, may be the founder of a heresy so great it would wreck both church and empire if not ruthlessly stamped out in time. Heresy may at first seem innocent and even laudable, but when left unchecked, it will grow into such a monstrous horror of unnatural wickedness that even the most tender-hearted among you would clamor against the mercy of the church in dealing with it. For 200 years, the Holy Office has dealt with heretics, and it knows that they always begin with vain and ignorant persons setting up their own judgment against the churches and believing themselves to be the interpreters of God's will. They believe, honestly and sincerely, that their diabolical inspiration is divine. Therefore, you must be on your guard. The girl you are about to see before you is going to seem gentle and chaste, for the rumors spread by our English friends are supported by no evidence. She is not one whose hard features are a reflection of hard hearts. The devilish pride that has led to her present peril has left no mark on her countenance, although it may surprise you, has left no mark on her character. Therefore you must be on your guard. God forbid I should tell you to harden your hearts, for her punishment, if we are to condemn her, will be cruel. If you hate cruelty, and if any man here does not hate it, I command him on his soul's salvation to leave this holy office. I say, if you hate cruelty, remember that nothing is as cruel as the heretic in the hands of the common people. The heretic within the arms of the holy office is assured a fair trial. Innumerable lives of heretics have been saved because of intervention of the Holy Office. Before the Holy Inquisition, and even now when its officers are not within reach, the wretch suspected of heresy is burned, drowned, torn to pieces, all without trial. Gentlemen, I am compassionate by nature, as well as on my profession, and I would no sooner go to the stake myself if I did not know its righteousness, its necessity, its essential mercy. Cast out pity. Do not cast out mercy. Only remember that justice must prevail. Let the accused be brought in. You may be seated, Joan. You look quite pale. Are you unwell?
Thank you kindly, I am well enough. But the bishop sent me some carp and it made me ill.
I am sorry. I told him to see that it was fresh.
You meant to be good to me, I know, but it is a fish that does not agree with me. The English thought you were trying to poison me.
No, I won't.
They are determined I should be burned as a witch. Why do you leave me in the hands of the English? I should be in the hands of the church. And why do you chain me by the feet to a log of wood? Are you afraid I will fly away?
When you were left unchained, did you not try to escape by jumping from a tower 60 feet high?
It has grown higher every day since you began asking me questions about it.
Why did you jump from the tower?
Who said I jumped?
You were found lying in the moat. You tried to escape.
Yes, and not for the first time either. If you leave the door of the cage open, the bird will fly out.
That is a confession of heresy. I call the attention of the court to it.
Heresy, he calls it? Am I a heretic for trying to escape prison?
Assuredly. If you are in the hands of the church and you willfully take yourself out of its hands, you are deserting the church, and that is heresy.
It is a great nonsense. Nobody would be such a fool as to believe it.
I warned you before, Joan, that you were doing yourself no good by these pert answers.
They will not talk sense to me. I will be reasonable if they will be.
Things are not yet in order. You forget, Master Promoter, that the proceedings have not officially started. The time for questions will be after she has sworn on the Holy Gospels to tell the whole truth.
I say this to you every time, but I cannot tell you the whole truth. God does not allow the whole truth to be told. I've sworn all I can swear, and I will swear no more.
My lord, she should be put to the torture.
Do you hear that, Joan? That is what happens to the obdurate. Now listen before you answer. Has she been shown the instruments?
They are ready, my lord. She has seen them.
If you tear me, limb from limb, you will get nothing out of me beyond what I have told you.
We should proceed mercifully.
But the torture is customary.
If the accused is willing to confess voluntarily, then its use cannot be justified.
But she refuses to take the oath.
Come! We are wasting time. Joan, take care how you answer, for your life and salvation are at stake on it. Will you, for all you have said and done, be good or bad, accept the judgment of God's church on earth?
I am a faithful child of the church. I will obey the church,
You will?
provided that the church does not demand anything impossible. If the church commands me to declare that all I have done and said and all the visions and revelations I have had were not from God, then that is impossible. I cannot say it for anything in the world. What God has had me do, I cannot go back on. If the church bid me do anything contrary to the command of God, I will not consent to it, no matter what it may be.
God, my lord, do you need anything more than this?
Joan, the church militant instructs you that these visions and revelations are from the devil seeking to pull you to your damnation. Do you not believe that the church is wiser than you?
I believe that God is wiser than I, and it is his command I will always follow. If any churchman says the contrary, I will not mind him. I will mind God, whose command I follow.
You do not know what you are saying, child. Do you want to kill yourself? Listen. Do you not believe that you are subject to the church of God on earth?
My voices do not tell me to disobey the church, but God must be served first.
And you, and not the church, are to be the judge?
What judgment can I judge by but my own?
Out of your own mouth, you have condemned yourself.
What does the master promoter say?
I've been bound by my office to emphasize the gravity of these two very horrible and blasphemous crimes of which she does not deny. First, she has intercourse with evil spirits and is therefore a sorceress. Second, she wears men's clothes, which isn't decent.
Is St. Catherine an evil spirit? Is St. Margaret? Is Michael the Archangel?
The church instructs you that these apparitions are demons seeking your soul's perdition. Now, as for the matter of the man's dress, will you change out of that impudent attire and into something that becomes your sex?
I will not.
The sin of disobedience, my lord.
My voices tell me I must dress as a soldier.
Joan, does that not prove to you that the voices are the voices of evil spirits? Can you suggest to us one good reason why an angel of God should give you such shameless advice?
Why, yes. I was a soldier, living among soldiers. I am a prisoner, guarded by soldiers. If I were to dress as a woman, they would treat me as a woman. And then what would become of me? That is why I must wait for St. Catherine to give me leave.
When will she give you leave?
When you take me out of the hands of the English soldiers!
Joan, we are all trying to save you. His lordship is trying to save you. The Inquisitor could not be more just to you if you were his own daughter, but you were blinded by terrible pride.
I have said nothing wrong.
Try to resist the temptation to make pert replies to us. Do you see that man who stands behind you?
Your torturer?
He is also the executioner. Executioner, let the maid hear your answers to my questions. Are you prepared for the burning of a heretic this day?
Yes, master.
Is the stake ready?
It is, in the marketplace. It will be a cruel death.
My God, you are not going to burn me now!
You realize it at last?
You're within a few short moments of that doom. Do not despair, Joan. The church is merciful. You can save yourself.
Yes. My voices promised me I should not be burned.
Have they kept a single promise to you since you were taken en compagnie? The devil has betrayed you. The church holds out its arms to you.
It is true. It is true. My voices lied to me. I am mocked by devils. They cannot will me to go into the fire. God, who gave me my common sense, cannot will me to go into the fire.
Now God be praised that he has saved you at the 11th hour.
What must I do?
You must sign a solemn recantation of your heresy.
Sign. I cannot write.
You have signed many letters before.
But someone held my hand and guided the pen.
Here is the form of recantation.
Read it to her.
There is no need. I will sign it.
You must understand what you are putting your hand to. Read it to her and let all be silent.
I, Joan, commonly called the Maid, do confess that I have most grievously sinned in the following articles. I have pretended to have revelations from God and the angels and the blessed saints, and perversely rejected the church's warnings that these were temptations by demons. I have blasphemed abominably by wearing an immodest dress contrary to the Holy Scripture and the canons of the church. Also, I, against all the duties which have made my sex especially acceptable in heaven, have taken up the sword, inciting men to slay each other, invoking evil spirits to delude them, and stubbornly and most blasphemously imputing these sins to Almighty God. I confess to the sin of sedition, to the sin of idolatry, to the sin of disobedience, to the sin of pride, and to the sin of heresy. All sins I now renounce and depart from, thanking you, doctors and masters, who have brought me back to the truth and to the grace of our Lord. And I will never return to my errors, but will remain in communion with our Holy Church and in obedience to our Holy Father, the Pope of Rome. All this I swear by God Almighty and the Holy Gospels, in witness whereto I sign my name to this recantation.
You understand this, Joan?
It is plain enough, sir.
Is it true?
It may be true. If it were not, you would not have the stake ready for me in the marketplace.
Come, child, take the pen.
There.
Praise be to God, my brothers, the Lamb has returned to the flock.
With this act, we declare thee free from the danger of excommunication.
I thank thee.
However, since thou hast sinned most grievously against both God and the church, we, for the good of thy soul, condemn thee to eat the bread of sorrow and drink the water of affliction for the rest of thy days in perpetual imprisonment.
Perpetual imprisonment. Am I not then to be set free?
Set free, child, after such wickedness as yours? What are you dreaming of?
Give me that writing! Light your fire. Do you think I dread it as much as a life of a rat in a hole? My voices were right.
Go!
They told me, do not trust your fine words, nor your charity. They promised me my life, but you lied! To keep me from all, the sun and the sky, and the fields and the flowers, to chain my feet so that I may never ride again nor climb the hills, to make me breathe foul, damp darkness. All of this is worse than the furnace. I could do without my war horse. I could drag him out in a skirt. sparks in the sunshine, and the young lambs crying through the healthy frost, and the blessed, blessed church bells that bring my angel voices to me, floating to me on the wind. To keep all of these things from me. I cannot live. And by you wanting to take them from me or from any human creature, I know that your counsel is of the devil and mine is of God.
She is obstinate, incorrigible, and altogether unworthy of the mercy we have shown her. I call for excommunication.
Light your fires, man. The stake with her.
You wicked girl! If your counsel were of God, would he not deliver you?
His ways are not your ways. He wills that I go through the fire to his bosom, for I am a child of God. And you are not fit that I should live among you. That is my last word to you.
Not yet. We decree that thou art a relapsed heretic,
Cast out from the unity of the church.
sundered from her body,
Infected with the leprosy of heresy.
a member of Satan.
We declare thee excommunicate.
And now we do cast thee out, segregate thee, and abandon thee to the secular power.
Into the fire with the witch.
These things are impossible. They're thrust into the fire. Look, we must stop that.
We have acted in perfect order. If the English choose to put themselves in the wrong, it is not on us to put them in the right. And the sooner it is over, the better for that poor girl. One gets used to it. Habit is everything. I am accustomed to the fire. It is soon over.
Oh, I'm interrupting. I thought it was all over.
The execution is out of our hands, my lord, but it is customary for us to watch. By your leave.
There is some doubt whether your people have observed the forms of law, my lord.
I am told there is some doubt on whether your authority runs in the city, my lord bishop. What in the devil's name?
Oh, my lord! My lord!
What's wrong with it?
For Christ's sake, pray for my wretched, guilty soul.
Calm him gently.
I am not a bad man, my lord.
No, not at all.
I did no harm by it. I did not know what it would be like.
Oh, so you saw it then.
I let them do it. I did not know. If I had known, I would have torn her from their hands. You don't know. You haven't seen. It is so easy to talk about it when you don't know. You madden yourself with words. And damn yourself because it feels grand to throw oil on the flaming temper of your own hell. But when it comes home to you, when you know the things you have done, when it is blinding your eyes, stifling your nose, tearing your heart, then, oh God, take this sight away from me! Oh Christ, deliver me from this fire that is consuming me. She called to me in the midst of it, Jesus! 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 She is in thy bosom, and I am in hell forevermore.
Calm yourself. We will have the whole town talking of this.
She asked for a cross. A soldier tied 2 sticks together with string. I could have done it, but I didn't. I am a coward.
Hush, someone is coming. Control yourself.
she might see it to the last. When the fire crept around us, and she saw that if I held the cross before her, I should be burnt myself, she warned me to get down and save myself. My Lord, a girl who could think of another's danger in such a moment was not inspired by the devil. She looked up to heaven, and I do not believe that the heavens were empty. I firmly believe that her Savior appeared to her. She called him and died. This is not the end for her, but the beginning.
I'm going to go pray among her ashes. I am no better than Judas. I will hang myself.
After he prays, he will do himself submission quickly. Follow him! Well, fellow,
I've come to tell your lordship that your orders have been obeyed.
I have your word, have I, that nothing remains, not a bone, not a nail, not a hair.
Her heart would not burn, my lord, but all that remains is at the bottom of the river. You have heard the last of her.
Who are you? Where is my gentleman in the bedchamber? What do you want?
I bring you glad tidings of great joy. Rejoice, O king, for the taint is removed from your blood, and the stain from your crown. Justice, long delayed, is triumphant.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
I held the cross when the maid perished in the fire. 25 years have passed since then, nearly 10,000 days. And on every one of those days, I have prayed God to justify his daughter on earth as she is justified in heaven.
Oh, I remember now. I've heard of you. Have you been at the inquiry?
I have given my testimony.
Is it over?
It is over.
Satisfactorily?
The white robe of innocence is cleansed, and a great wrong is set right before all men.
They could no longer say I was crowned by a witch and a heretic. Okay.
The sentence on her is broken, annulled, annihilated, set aside as non-existent, without value or effect.
No one can question my consecration now, can they?
Not Charlemagne nor King David himself was more sacredly crowned.
Oh, excellent! Think of what this means to me.
I think of what it means to her.
You cannot. None of us ever knew what anything meant to her. She was like nobody else. And she must take care of herself wherever she is, for I cannot take care of her, and neither can you, whatever you may think. You are not big enough. But I will tell you this about her. If you could bring her back to life, they would burn her again within 6 months for all their present adoration of her, and you would hold up the cross too, just the same. So, let her rest, and let you and I mind our own business and not meddle with hers.
Henceforth my path will not lay through palaces, nor my conversation be with kings.
Much good may it do you, holy man. That was a funny chap. How did he get in? Oh, where are my people? Oh, hello! Someone come and shut the window. Everything is being blown all over the place. Ah! Who is there? Who is that? Oh, help! Help!
Easy, Charlie, easy. What art thou screaming for? No one can hear thee. Thou art asleep.
Joan? Were you a ghost, Joan?
Hardly even that, lad. Can a poor burnt-up lass have a ghost? I am a dream that thou art dreaming. Thou looks older, lad.
I am older. Am I really asleep?
Fallen asleep over thy silly book?
That's funny.
Not so funny that I am dead, is it?
Are you really dead?
As dead as anyone ever is. I am out of the body.
Just fancy. Did it hurt much?
Did what hurt much?
Being burnt.
Oh, that.
I don't remember.
I think it did at first. How has been ever since?
Oh, not so bad. Do you know, I actually lead my army out and win battles. Down into the moat up to my waist in mud and blood, and up the ladders with the stone and the hot pitch raining down. Like you.
No. Did I make a man of thee after all, Charlie?
I am Charles the Victorious now. I am to be brave because you were.
I was a rough one, a regular soldier. I almost as well as been a man. Pity I wasn't, I wouldn't have bothered you all so much. But my heart was high, and I had the Spirit of God in my heart. And, man or woman, I should have bothered you all so much as long as you kept your noses in the muck. Now, tell me what has happened to you wise fools since you knew no better than to make a heap of cinders out of me.
Well, your mother and brothers have sued the courts to have your case tried over again. And the courts have declared that your judges were full of corruption, fraud, and malice.
They were as wise fools as ever burned their betters.
The sentence on you is broken, annihilated, annulled, null, non-existent, without value or effect.
But they still burned me. Can I be unburnt?
If they could, they would think twice before they did it. But they had to create a beautiful cross be placed where the stake stood for your perpetual memory and for your salvation.
It is the memory and the salvation that will sanctify the cross, not the cross that will sanctify the memory and the salvation. I shall outlive that cross. I will be remembered.
There you go with your self-conceit, same as ever. You know, I think you might say a word of thanks to me for having justice done at last.
Art thou really King of France, Charlie? Be the English gone?
I have kept my word. The English are gone.
Praise be God! Tell me everything. Was it thou that led them? Were thou God's captain to thy death?
I am not dead. I am sleeping very comfortably in my bed, but my spirit is called here by yours.
And did you fight them my way, Jack? With your heart high and humble and void of malice? Was it my way?
Faith, it was any way that would win. But the way that won was always your way, wasn't it, Joan? I bid you well, lassie. I wrote a fine letter to set you right at the new trial. I should never have let them burn you, but it was the church's business, not mine, and I was busy fighting, and there was no point in both of us being burned, was there?
I am not reproaching you, Jack. I cannot bear to think of you in torment.
Hello? Who was that knocking at the door? Come in!
Excuse me, gentle lords and ladies. Do not let me disturb you. It is a poor old English rector John de Burke, at your service. Did you say anything?
I'm a bit deaf, unfortunately. And perhaps, well, not in my right mind.
But I tell my folks that they should be very careful. If you only saw what you think about, you would think about it quite differently. It will give you a great shock. Boom! A great shock indeed. And they say to me, yes, Parson, we know you are a kind old man who wouldn't hurt a fly. And that is a great comfort to me. Because you see, I did a very cruel thing once, because I did not know what cruelty was. That is the great thing. You must see it, and then you are redeemed. Oh, I read about it in books, seen it in pictures, but it was not our Lord that saved me, but a kind young woman who I saw burnt to death. Oh, it was dreadful, almost dreadful. But it saved me. And I have been a different man ever since. Though a little astray in my wit sometimes.
Well, if I saved all those he would have been cruel to by him being cruel to me, then I was not burnt for nothing, was I?
Oh no, you are not she. My eyesight is bad. I cannot distinguish your features. Oh no! She is burnt to cinders. Dead and gone. Dead and gone.
She is more alive than you are, old man. She is up and alive everywhere.
Madame, congratulations on your rehabilitation. I owe you a great apology.
I bear no malice, my lord.
Just so. But I must insist on apologizing very amply. The truth is, some political necessities turn out to be political mistakes, and this one was a veritable howler. History will remember me for your sake, though the instance of the connection was perhaps a little unfortunate.
Aye, perhaps a little, you funny man.
Still, when they make you a saint, you shall owe your halo to me, just as this lucky monarch owes his crown to you.
I shall owe nothing to any man. I owe it all to the Spirit of God in my heart. But fancy me a saint. What would St. Catherine and St. Margaret say if the poor farm girl was cocked up beside them?
Pardon me. I am here on serious business. I am sent to announce to you that Joan of Arc, formerly known as the Maid, having been the subject of an investigation instigated by the Bishop of Orleans.
Oh, they still remember me in Orleans!
By the Bishop of Orleans, into the claim of the said Joan of Arc to be canonized as a saint.
But I never made such a claim.
The Church has examined the claim exhaustively in the usual course, and having admitted the said Joan of Arc to the ranks of venerable and blessed...
Me, venerable?
has finally declared her to have been endowed with heroic virtues and favored with private revelations, and calls the said venerable and blessed Joan to the communion of the Church triumphant as Saint Joan.
Saint Joan!
On every 30th day of May, being the anniversary of the death of the said most blessed daughter of God, there shall in every Catholic church to the end of time be celebrated a special office in commemoration of her, and it shall be lawful to dedicate a special chapel to her and to place her image on its altar in every such church. And it shall be lawful and laudable for the faithful to kneel and address their prayers through her to the mercy seat.
No, it is for the saints to kneel.
In Basilica Vaticana, the 16th day of May, 1920.
Girls in the field, praise thee, for thou hast raised their eyes, and they see that there is nothing between them and heaven.
The dying soldiers praise thee, for thou art a shield of glory between them and the judgment.
The princes of the church praise thee, because thou hast redeemed the faith their worthiness has dragged through the mire.
The cunning counselors praise thee, for thou hast cut the knots that tie their very soul.
The foolish old men on their deathbeds praise thee, because their sins against thee are turned into blessings.
The judges in the blindness and bondage of the law praise thee, for thou hast vindicated the vision and the freedom of the living soul.
The unpretending praise thee, because thou hast taken upon thyself the heroic burdens that are too heavy for them.
The heretic is always better dead, and mortal eyes cannot distinguish the saint from the heretic. Spare thee.
Forgive us, Joan. We are not worthy of you.
We sincerely regret our mistake.
I hope I may one day enter into your blessedness.
Oh, poor old Joan. We've all abandoned you. And what can I do but go back to bed?
Good night, Charlie.
Night.
And you, my one faithful, what comfort have you for St. Joan?